Let me take this moment to welcome our next participant. She is Ruchi Dhital. Talking about her, she's a law student who is pursuing her education at Kathmandu School of Law, and alongside she's also doing freelancing for content writing at Doya Foundation. And when asked about the three words to define her, she said she's kind, she's cheerful, and she's determined. And her topic is power of persuasion. Let's welcome Ruchi Dhital. The stage is yours.
Once there was a blind man begging in the streets, hoping for kindness of strangers. His cardboard sign simply reads, "I am blind, please give me money." Yet the response is minimal, and he wonders why his vulnerability fails to meet the needs of people. Then a woman approaches and transforms his sign to a powerful message that says, "The world is beautiful and I can't see it." Suddenly, people pause, intrigued by this unexpected perspective, and start offering him money. This story unveils the profound impact of words. Words, when carefully chosen and artfully arranged, can ignite empathy, inspire actions, and change lives. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have faced the situation in which no matter how much you talk and tell someone your viewpoint, they are not just getting it? Right? I think we all can relate to this frustration. Think about it. We learn to persuade from our early childhood. We try to convince our parents for that one extra cookie or negotiate with our friends in a playground games. Studies suggest that over 60% of our day is spent in oral communication, which includes persuading, convincing, explaining, or instructing. But what if? What if the idea of persuasion did not even exist? The voices of the influential leaders who shaped the nations, the persuaders who challenged the societal norms, and the advocates who fought for social justice would all be silenced. But thankfully, we do not live in this hypothetical world devoid of persuasion. If we look at the pages of history, then we can find a pattern exists where women have been persuaded to confine themselves to silence, remaining meek and submissive. Here, this pattern calls for a careful examination of the thin line between manipulation and persuasion. Manipulation is when I'm trying to make you do something that is of my interest, whereas persuasion is when I'm trying to make you do something that is of yours as well as my interest. If such mere words have big, profound impact, then imagine the power harbored within actions. As a young girl growing up in Nepal, I heard about the system of sati way before I heard about Yogmaya. On July 5, 1941, Yogmaya immolated herself into Arun River, along with 67 of her followers. 67 of her followers, ladies and gentlemen, were not persuaded through her rhetorics or her clever words, but by the power of her actions. It is up to an individual when and how they allow themselves to be persuaded, because as strong and as powerful persuasion can be, there is another powerful tool that people tend to lean on, and that is manifestation or self-persuasion. As Henry Ford is famously credited for saying, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." Self-persuasion is the gentle whisper in the ear that says, "You can do it." It's the silent cheerleader in your heart. So step onto that stage, embrace the spotlight. You have the key to your own transformation. And with the art of self-persuasion, you can create a masterpiece out of your own life. Thank you so much.
Wow, Ruchi, that was on time.
Thank
You for that lovely speech. I hope you persuaded our judges to give their best marks to you. So with that note, let's move on to our judges if they have any questions for Ruchi. Judges, do you have any questions? Yeah, Anushka ma'am has something.
I am trying to think the Nepali word for persuasion, and only Zabardasti comes to mind. But
God.
after your speech, that probably isn't right.
Yes.
How would you explain persuasion to somebody in Nepali?
नेपालीमा अब ठ्याक्कै म वर्ड नै चाहिँ भन्न अहिले राइट वे चाहिँ आएन मलाई तर पर्सुएसन भनेको चाहिँ तिमीले यदि अरू कुनै मान्छेलाई कुनै विचारमा सहमत गराउन सक्छौ भने तर त्यसको आउटपुट पनि गुड आउटपुट हुनु पर्यो नेगेटिभ आउटपुट हुनु भएन र त्यसको चाहिँ फाइदा पनि तिमीले आफैले मात्र लिने भन्दाखेरि पनि तिमी र तिम्रो अर्को सुन्ने वक्ता जो छ उस दुवैतिरको फाइदा भयो भने चाहिँ त्यो पर्सुएसन हुन्छ विथ अ गुड आउटपुट
Thank you, Ruchi. So any more questions from our judges? No. Okay. So thank you, Ruchi. You
Thank
can
you
just
so much.
head out to the hall.
SHARDA Production Private Limited, digitalizing and visualizing brand since 2013.